And for public, comment, we have no public comment.
No, sir.
Okay. And no minutes to approve, so I'll go to our one and only case this evening, which is 2502, the Zakiel. Apologize if I mispronounced the name. The petition is a request for rezoning from R1 single family zoning district to R2 single family zoning. And then secondly, an additional use for a planned development for a 3-lot subdivision with the following exceptions. Exception to reduce the required lot width for 2 of the 3 proposed new lots. Required 125 feet wide to approximately 120 feet. And for proposed lot 1, approximately 119.75 feet. I'm sorry, it's 125 feet to approximately 120 feet for proposed lots 1 and approximately 119.97 for proposed lot 2, but I'm a little confused because there's 3 lots, proposed lots. The matter was published in the Daily Herald on February 5, 2025. And we have I guess we've circulated the petition and have no comments or objections from any of the departments or neighboring municipalities. I have 2 exhibits. The first is a survey dated March of 2024, and the second is a site plan showing the proposed subdivision. So you're the attorney, sir?
Yes, I am.
Introduce yourself and your witnesses, and then we'll have everyone sworn in who's going to testify or answer questions.
Good evening, commissioners. My name is John Stanek. I'm a licensed attorney. I just got my 45-year tag from the Bar Association. These are my clients, Peter and Agnes Zakiel. Their son is also a record owner. And for the record, I'd like to submit some items that Jessica asked me to bring in. Another copy of the site plan, copy of the survey, and proof of ownership via tax deed and the deed itself. Their son Adrian is also a
We
joint
have
owner.
these 2 exhibits. These are not hearing exhibits. We'll just put them in the file.
Okay.
I mean, the ownership records.
Yeah, Jessica already received copies of those via email, but she told me to bring hard copies.
Okay. Pass those to Paul. Oops, sorry.
Oh. Peter, go ahead.
I was going to ask you to raise your right hands, please, to be sworn. You do solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give at this cause and hour hearing will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help you God.
I do.
I do.
I do.
Could you just identify these people? I think
This is
we're about-
Peter Zakiel and Agnes, owners. Their son is working tonight. He's a fireman with the Village of Plainfield, so he's doing important things and couldn't be here. He trusts us. As you noted, we're here for rezoning from R1, which is the default zoning classification for the area, to a R2 zoning, which is going to assist us in subdividing from 1 single-family residence to 3. The reason there's no reduction in lot 1 is because we're going to leave that at 1.71 acres. So the width and the depth of that lot don't need any zoning variances. For lot 2 and lot 3 on your site plan, we do need a slight variance to narrow the width of each lot in order to accommodate the site plan that we propose. Excuse me. As far as benefits for the area, we've already provided a number of benefits. In order to accomplish the closing of the property, we had to delay the actual closing in order to get vagrants removed from residing in the property, along with a number of inoperable motor vehicles. So our ownership, the prior owners were not great stewards of the property. My clients now have their son living on the property, have cleaned it up substantially, and have plans to increase the density a little bit, but we're still looking at about an acre minimum for each lot up there. The existing lot one that Adrian lives on is almost 1 3/4 acres. If you approve our requests, it's not going to impair air supply or access to any of the existing properties out there. Again, we're looking at 3 homes on a little over 3 acres, almost 3.5 acres. It's not going to increase fire hazard or other dangers to the property. It will not diminish the value of the land or buildings in the area. In fact, as I already pointed out, we've increased the local values by removing the unsavory tenants that were there previously, along with all the junk that was on the property. Traffic congestion in public streets, it's a dead-end road, limited access the way it is. This is not going to substantially increase traffic by any way, shape, or form. It's not going to affect flood hazards in the area, and it's not going to incur additional expense for fire, rescue, or police services. 2 more houses on 4 acres or 3.5 acres, not going to increase substantially any of those costs. It won't otherwise impair public health, safety, comfort, morals, or general welfare of the county or create any other nuisances. As far as the zoning map, section 37-1412, the existing uses in the property are in compliance with what our proposed uses, single-family homes on large lots. Zoning classification is within the property in question, except for the variances that we need in order to narrow those 2 lots to accommodate them on the property that we own. The trend of development in the area is single-family residential. We intend to proceed with that. And the length of the time the property has been vacant as zoned is forever. The extent to which property values diminish by particular zoning restrictions by limiting us to a single house on nearly 4 acres restricts our value immensely. We can increase the value of that property to us by 2-fold, 3-fold by having 2 other lots to sell and improve. Now, as far as my client's qualifications, Peter is a master woodworker, finish carpenter, architectural cabinetry builder, and he has experience in his past of 2 ground-up rehab homes. One of them here in Wheaton at 816 South Main Street, and the other one, his residence at 228 School Street in Geneva, Illinois. So this is not something we're taking on a whim. This is something that he has experience with. And again, his son is going to remain on site on lot 1 in the residence that's there. They will upgrade that residence as time goes by. And then the goal is to develop and sell off the other 2 lots with houses. If you have any questions, that's what I'm here for.
Yeah, I got a lot of questions. What's the surrounding zoning?
Surrounding zoning is R1
All of the surrounding zoning is R1?
on Indian Knoll Road, yes.
And the reason you want to do this is, you want this variation is for economic considerations.
Economic considerations and maximum use of the property. Right now, we've got 4 acres or 3.71 acres sitting there with one single family home on it.
But that's, I mean, you have to demonstrate some unique circumstance or hardship that is non-economic in order to even be considered for rezoning. And I don't know what it is. Pardon me?
She was just keep raising her hand. I said, yeah.
I was able to ask a question as well.
Yeah, are you like a neighbor?
I live in a subdivision across. the
Yeah, I'll
road.
get to you. I'm sorry, I didn't
Oh,
explain, but we go to
sure.
public comment, just after the presentation is concluded and questions are answered. Also, the configuration is, that of a flag lot.
That's correct.
That is questionable and maybe deals with, sort of the value question. What's the suitability? Well, I think this is obvious. The property is suitable for use as R1, right?
That's what it is now, yes.
Okay, I don't have any other questions. Anybody from the board?
The only thing I have is you just got a 20-foot wide driveway going down there. That seems to be awful narrow, even for, if they have a fire or anything back in there. To get back in there as far as, fire equipment and that.
Okay. Well.
Maybe I have a,
Go
did
right
you
ahead.
just recently purchase this property?
No.
No, like about 2 years ago.
You bought it as R1.
Yes,
You attempted to sell it?
No.
no, we have a daughter and she's a doctor and she's doing residency now in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and we have we would like to live together, close to each other like a family. So most likely we would like to have like a one lot for her. And our son, he living currently in the existing house.
Nothing further.
I do have a question then. So you want to subdivide the lots, but you're gonna live on all 3 of them,
There's possibility.
family wise?
That's
That
possibility
we can live with kids,
too,
yeah.
but with kids, yeah, but I mean,
That would be
the
good.
daughter, she gonna need the lot sooner than we need, so, yeah, but
I agree with Jack, the one that, don't they call that a keyhole lot,
Flag lot.
Flag lot.
flag lot? That's the only thing that,
Well, maybe it is also called a keyhole lot.
keyhole or flag.
It's opening the door to the street.
That's all I've got, thank you.
Okay, did you want to make a comment or ask a question?
I did have a quick question. So
Wait,
we
hold
live
on one
across.
second. If you just have a question, you don't need to be sworn in, but if you're gonna make a statement, then you have to be sworn in. So if you give an opinion about something, you need to have your testimony under oath. Just have a question?
Just a question. Yes.
Okay, tell us your name and address, spell your last name.
My name is Sharon Diamond. Like the stone.
Diamond,
I live on 28W 355 Hardy Court, which is across Indian Knoll. It's in the subdivision, right across Katie Woods. And the question I have is, so on the other side of Indian Knoll is a pond, and there's a group of people that live on the pond, and we were wondering if these lots have septic or sewer.
I'm sorry, I didn't indicate that, but the information I have is that they're serviced by well and septic.
Well, septic. Okay, so
This lot is currently serviced by well and septic.
That's correct.
yeah.
I guess our concern and our question is, we just didn't want runoff with two extra houses on the size of them into the pond. So, how would that? The septic system,
Whatever happens to this lot, if there's new development on a lot, if it's subdivided or not subdivided. If there's new development, the stormwater department manages the runoff and they're pretty strict about it.
If I could, before building permits are issued, soil testing is required. And the owners or developers would have to comply with the results of the soil test regarding water runoff as well as well and septic, the type of system.
And what's the nearest septic system? I mean,
Nearest
sorry,
septic
the
system,
nearest public sewer and public water?
I do not know. I think that it's probably across Roosevelt Road.
But your proposal is not to connect to public
No,
utilities.
no, not until they run it down Indian Knoll Road. At which point in time it would have to be annexed into, I think, Winfield probably.
Okay, do you have any closing statements, sir?
I do not.
All right, here's how this works. We will adjourn this evening. I think the record, unless you have something else to submit in writing, the record is complete, so we'll close the record in the case. And then we'll conduct our recommendation meeting on March 5th, which is the first,
March 6th.
March 6th? Sorry. Oh, yeah, that's Wednesday. March 6th, which is the first Thursday of the month, and we'll consider your case and the others that have come before us. That meeting starts at 5:30 and it will occur in this room. That will be a deliberation by the members of the board. No additional, as I said, the record's closed, so no additional information from the petitioner or any other individual is ordinarily permitted. Our recommendation will go then to the County Development Committee and then ultimately to the full county board who makes the final decision in the case. That should occur, a little, I don't know their schedule, but it will occur a little bit later in the month of March. And you're free to attend that if you choose, and you can get that schedule from okay, nothing further from the board. All right, well, we'll adjourn the meeting. Thank you.
Thank you, commissioners.
Thank you.
Appreciate your patience.
Thank you.